was Tuesday, March 4th, 2014, IHOP's National Pancake Day. I had just seen a commercial and decided my wife and I could take our kids out for a free stack of pancakes. We were really tight on money, so going out to eat at a restaurant would be a nice surprise for everybody. So we drive, wait in line, and finally we're seated at a table. We order our drinks, we get our stack of pancakes, and I quietly relish the fact that we were eating this free dinner thanks to my idea. As we were finishing up, our waiter drops off a slip at the edge of our table. I thought it was a coupon, a reason to come back. So I pick up the slip, I turn it around, and my stomach drops. $10 for the drinks we had ordered with our food. How could I forget the drinks aren't free? Instantly, my mind starts running, heart racing, as I'm trying to figure out how to fix my mistake. I came to the decision that we weren't paying the bill. So I told my wife, let's go. As we made our way through that packed lobby, I had already made the decision that if somebody were to put their hands on me to stop us, I was going to fight. Thankfully, we made it to the car and drove home. Why? Why was I ready to risk an assault charge? To scare my own kids over a $10 tab? Because the $10 wasn't the point. The real fear was that my wife might look at me, really look at me, and see what I had become. See, a few years before that night, my wife and I had came to the agreement that I would be a stay-at-home dad. And it started off well, taking the kids to school, cleaning the house, doing laundry, but slowly my days turned into smoking weed, playing video games, or hanging out with friends. I wasn't dependent on for money, I wasn't dependent on for responsibility, and the truth is, I got comfortable. And every time I started to question myself and what I was contributing to the household, I would remind myself that my wife and I came to this agreement together. I had reached the point where I had no desire to change. And I clung to this life as tightly as I could, steering around every situation that threatened my comfort. When my wife couldn't pay rent, I quickly suggested which parent we could move back in with. When we couldn't afford groceries, I went with her to the food bank to see what they had to offer. And when an unexpected expense appeared, a traffic ticket for example, I made sure that she knew the costly mistake that she had just added to our family. All these problems might have been avoided if I had simply gone back to work, but I kept falling into the same cycle. A money problem would arise, the thought of going back to work would hit me, and instantly, fear and anxiety would twist my stomach. To avoid these feelings, I'd start chasing wild ideas to avoid getting a job. And the truth is, I was hiding from responsibility, hiding from fear. My comfort always came first. Eventually, after years of my erratic and controlling behaviors, my wife and I separated. And in the pain of that separation, the kind that breaks you, that brings you to your knees, I finally saw the man I had become. And for the first time, I wanted to change. I started to work full-time. I went to therapy and I joined a men's group. That group put me around men who had been where I was and refused to stay there. Their urgency to grow was contagious, and eventually I found myself consuming podcasts that spoke about growth and the mindset. Cold showers, positive self-talk, being comfortable in the uncomfortable, just a few of the lessons that I still implement in my life to this day. And am I perfect? No. It's still a daily battle fighting the inner voices that remind me of who I used to be. Sometimes I still run out of the room after a meeting because I'm intimidated by everybody's success. But here's the difference. I am no longer allowing fear to run my life. And I'm worth it. I'm worth every single small action I take that stretches me beyond my comfort zone. Worth every step that proves I can grow. And even though I'm not where I want to be, thank God I'm not where I used to be. Mr. Toastmaster.